To Rob Fyfe, the outgoing Chief Executive for Air New Zealand. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
I call the Honourable Minister, Chris Tremaine.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Look, it's a real privilege to stand on behalf of the government to shape up our debate in this wonderful estimates debate. You know, Mr. Chair, it's taken us half an hour to get to some substantive debate in this whole thing. Up till now, it's been about playboys, pies and conspiracy theories from Mr. Mallard on the other side of the House. But, Mr. Chair, I want to shape the debate up in how our team will be approaching this going forward, because there are 4 key priorities for this government in this estimates debate. 4 key priorities. The first is to responsibly manage the government's finances. The second, to rebuild Christchurch. The third, to deliver better public services. And the fourth, to build a more competitive and productive economy. And, Mr. Chair, just on each of those issues, before I get into the substantive part of the tourism debate, if we think about responsibly managing the government's finances, well, if there's a government that is right for the moment, it's this National Party and its coalition parties. We have set an agenda to get us back to surplus by 2014-15 and to keep our debt under 40% of GDP. On any measure, Mr. Chair, that is putting us amongst leaders in the globe. Mr. Chair, in the globe. On a second point, in terms of rebuilding Christchurch, well, you saw the Prime Minister and Jerry Brownlee presenting that wonderful plan down in Christchurch to take it forward. At the moment, I hear the opposition not saying too much about that because they support that plan too. They don't want to get out there and talk too much about it, but they support that plan. In terms of delivering better public services, well, it does it across the public service. We are seeing a commitment to a real focus to taking public services forward, whether it be in health or in police. They are doing a fantastic job, and I congratulate them for that. The 10 result areas that we've rolled out will back that up and provide key targets as we really try to improve the statistics going forward. But the key area I want to focus on, which many of my colleagues will also join me on, is in building a competitive and productive economy. And if there's a part of the economy which is important in that, our second biggest export earner, it is tourism, Mr. Chair. The direct contribution to GDP for the year ending March 2011, some $6.9 billion. This industry is a fantastic industry in the country. I had the pleasure this morning of opening the International Events Management Conference down there at Whareawaka and to talk a bit about the priorities of our government in that tourism space. What could the opposition say about that? Mr. Titakatini Sullivan stood up. He talked about it being a low-budget movie set. Well, I'm not sure how 84 million is low budget, Mr. Titakatini Sullivan. And what does that party do to support the promotion of our country? The Hobbit set of movies, the trilogy of movies, which has the opportunity to promote this country like never before. What did that party do? They voted against The Hobbit. This is the Hobbit haters over this side of the House, Mr. Chair. And what do you think? Will they be lining up at the premiere for their tickets? Do you think David Shearer will be there? Do you think Clayton Cosgrove will be lining up for his premiere tickets? They'll be there, Mr. Chair. They want to be at those Hobbit premieres. And that movie, that set of movies will promote this country like never before. But we have a business growth agenda, Mr. Chair, which will drive that productive economy. And within that business growth agenda, tourism is a huge player. And there's a number of initiatives that I want to talk about today. Firstly, in terms of the 84 million that goes to Tourism New Zealand, we've seen a new strategy that will roll out there, focusing on the markets that are growing, particularly China. We've seen a 20% growth, Mr. Chair, a 20% growth from the Chinese market. Somewhat low value at this point in time, so we're looking at how we can increase the value out of that market, away from the shopping tours, improve the FIT market. A fantastic initiative, wonderful opportunity. We still continue to see growth from Australia coming across there. They love our economy. It's our tourism opportunities, absolutely fantastic. I know Mr. Cosgrove is waiting and dying for me to talk about the wonderful New Zealand cycle trail. The wonderful New Zealand cycle trail. 19 trails, including the Otago Rail Trail, that are rolled out, Mr. Chair. You know the Otago Rail Trail launched in 2000. By 2003, 6,000 riders. After 10 years, 12,000 jobs, Mr. Chair. wonderful, huge amount of jobs attached with the Otago Rail Trail, and absolutely sensational opportunity in terms of tourism. 18 other rides we're rolling out, Mr Chair, as part of our initiative. People around this country love the cycle trail.
Right. The question is, did boat tourism stand part of the schedules? Those of that opinion will please say aye.
Aye.
The contrary, no. The ayes have it? The ayes have it. The question now is that vote finance stand part of the schedules. I call